a shorty playing in the front yard of the crib. Fell down and I bumped my head. Somebody helped me up and asked me if I bumped my head. I said, yeah. So then they said, oh, so that means you gonna switch it on them. I said, yeah, flip mode. Flip mode is the greatest. You know, and as a shorty, I was always told that if I ain't gonna be part of the greatest, I gotta be the greatest myself. Come on, yeah, come on. Yeah, nigga, what a surprise. Give you something, make a nigga close both of your eyes. All my niggas getting money capitalized. Die, little small guy, we on the rise. Everything a nigga touch, platinumized. Full of your grip, you know we coming all on supplies. Got a big gun and I'ma show you the size. You fuck with any of my flip mode family ties. Me and my niggas be coming through, stroking you out. Killing off any and everything you talking about. See you in the club, now we walking you out. Should've thought twice before you went and open your mouth. Yo, anyway, we stay keeping it moving. Fucking with the wrong nigga, hope you know what you're doing. Now blame me, all the same niggas is lame. It's not a game, nigga name still splitting your brain. Y'all niggas had enough? Give me some more. Y'all niggas want the wild shit? Give me some more. Yo, split where the weed at? Give me some more. I know y'all niggas need that. Give me some more. Even though we getting money, you could give me some more. With the cars in the big crib, give me some more. Everybody spread love, give me some more. If you want it, let me hear you say it, give me some more. Blast with a rash, give me my cash, flicking my ass, running with my money, son, go out with a blast. Do what you want, the niggas cut in the corner, you fucking up the order, go ahead and meet the reporter. Yo, she telling news on how you switch to a bitch. Little fake funny style, nigga chill with a snitch. So now I pass you straight, I don't got nothing to ask you. Make a little room for me, you know my niggas to pass through. Cartier, Sidney Portier, hooray shit. Roll with all of my niggas from around the way shit. When I come through, y'all niggas know I do my thing, bring more shit to generate money. Cha-ching, arrest you, lyrically, flow will caress you. Bless you, then the nigga come to your rescue. Why you assuming nigga blossom and bloom? I'm coming soon, hit you with a boom, give me some room. Y'all niggas had enough? Give me some more. Y'all niggas want the wild shit? Give me some more. Hey, split where the weed at? Give me some more. I know y'all niggas need that. Give me some more. Even though we getting money, you can give me some more. Cars in the big crib, give me some more. Everybody spread love, give me some more. If you want it, let me hear you say it, give me some more. Yo, live nigga shit, know what I mean? It represent why we getting money and reign supreme. Hope y'all niggas know we coming through full steam. Can't see me, better turn on your high beam. All my niggas while I'm ringing the siren. Flip mode, we go with niggas from my team. Never should you ever try to fuck with my cream. I OD when my shit get all in your bloodstream. Every time we be ripping and be blowing it down, blowing you all fucking with the hottest niggas around. Rockers with me and my people run through your town, holding it down, thinking the wild nigga give me my crown. Hey, all my people need to come and surround. A nigga be hitting so much I make you fall on the ground. Sure to make you shot, that's what I be all about. Turning you out, making all of you niggas fall out. Y'all niggas had enough? Give me some more. Y'all niggas want the wild shit? Give me some more. Hey, split for the weed at? Give me some more. I know y'all niggas need that. Give me some more. Even though we getting money, you can give me some more. With the cars in the big crib, give me some more. Everybody spread love, give me some more. If you want it, let me hear you say it. Give me some more.
This goes out to all the women in the world, especially her. You know it don't even matter your age, don't even matter your color. Yo, fellas, I ain't forget about y'all. This is for everybody that like to dance. Just listen to what I'm saying and do it and take a chance. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. Do we dip down low and roll it? Just get on the floor like I said before. Y'all remember that down We can dip down low in the rolling ground. Setting it off to another level. You're digging freak nasty without a shovel. This is my world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get enough. So what's up, yo DJ? When the party's getting slow, join this jam and watch that flow. Get taken over like a 94. When I have the whole world getting down low. New Orleans born, ATL living. Freak nasty is what I'm giving. My juice is sweet like Georgia peaches. Women suck it up like leeches. It feels so good, you must admit you like this. Shh. Yeah, y'all know the song. So come on, won't you sing it? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip.
Why you get fried,
Yes,
man?
why? Are you crazy?
You fucking paranoid,
You are
man.
fucking, you are fucking.
You fucking, you bloody.
You bloody.
Fuck you, bloody. Bastard, bitch.
You
Fuck you,
bastard,
fuck
you.
you. Bloody, fuck you, bloody. Fucking mother, bloody, fuck, bitch.
Bitch, you,
Bloody,
what
fuck
do?
you fucking bloody bastard.
All right, chat. How's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing? Hopefully the audio doesn't sound too dog shit. It usually sounds terrible, but hopefully it doesn't sound terrible tonight. Forney says Beckloff is celebrating the return of his future ex-wife. He has a restraining order against. Yes, Radfem Hitler came back to Twitter. I like Radfem Hitler. I'm not gonna lie. I like her takes. I legitimately like her takes against trads. Like, honestly, fire takes when it comes to shitting on trad dorks. And the rest of it, like, I really don't think anytime she's pissed me off. Like, she's had bad takes, certainly. Some eye-rolling takes. But generally, I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I don't have a problem with her. She used to actually follow me back on her last account that got nuked. But not this one. I know, Chad. I lost my game, I guess. Remember, keep with them super chats, okay? Keep with them super chats, by the way. I don't think I read these. I don't know. Did I? I think I read these. Yeah, I think we're caught up. No, I think these are new. Okay, so these are responses to last stream.
Have you heard of Jesus?
Okay, so Vander donated $5 and said, "Thanks because I couldn't watch Matt Walsh without ruining my YouTube recommendations." Yeah, we watched Matt Walsh complain about Sonic the Hedgehog yesterday, or a couple days ago. I don't know. I don't remember when it was. I'm an unemployed bum. I lose track of the days. I didn't realize this was Saturday until like 2 hours ago, to be honest with you, chat. I thought it was Friday or I don't know. And
Have you heard of Jesus?
It's Hip to Wear Soap donated $5. These were from 2 and 3 days ago. Matt's understanding of Sanic takes me back to when Bill Mankiewicz refused to objectively review Hardcore Henry because, quote, video games are stupid, unquote. This is why most reviews are now mostly useless. I can't imagine asking for Matt Walsh's opinion on any fucking movies. Like, let's be real. Matt Walsh is that cliched right-wing social conservative Philistine. Forney says, I don't really understand your attraction to feminist Davis Arini. I don't think that's fair. I'm pretty sure Red Femme Hitler's had a job before. At least she won't ever unlock her account because she's afraid of the mother of all dog piles. Oh, I'm sure she will. In a month, she'll have her account unlocked. Wolfline says, I didn't watch it, but it's dumb, Matt. Yeah, I love the review of I wasn't paying attention. Here's what's wrong with the plot. Your review could even be like, look, man, this just didn't interest me. I couldn't be fucked to follow it. I mean, I didn't see it. I don't particularly give a shit about the era of the video games that they're using as source material. So I was just like, it's not for me. Whatever, man. Some things are not for me. Like, I wouldn't review westerns and be like, guys, I didn't like this western, like the last 10 westerns I reviewed, because I don't like westerns. It's rare that one will ever appeal to me. So why would I review them? If you've ever seen a channel, and I don't recommend it because he's a fucking idiot, but an animation channel I stumbled onto a couple years ago. You know, I say animation. Guy reviews cartoons, and some of those guys are all right. Saber Spark's usually okay. But this guy, Mr. Enter, he did. There were there were a couple shows in particular he used to just review like multiple episodes of, making the same complaints. Like, he'd review like a dozen episodes of Family Guy, and each time just complain that the jokes were offensive. And it's like, yeah, it's fucking Family Guy. Like, that's its deal, you know? What else you want? It's one thing to review the series and say, look, this is why I don't like it. You know, say your fucking piece and move on. But to review singular episodes like that and complain. So again, it's just, it's like those guys that, you know, will go see like 14 like obviously fucking hyper liberal movies in a row and complain, oh, it's woke. Guys, the latest Star Wars project is dog shit. Let's be all fucking mad about it. It's like Star Wars has been dog shit since 1999. Like, where you been? The era of Star Wars being dog shit is now so old, Leonardo DiCaprio wouldn't even date it. All right? Wolflane says, I posted a vid in the TV channel about why Christian media typically sucks. I assume no one watched it but it's because it's a lifestyle brand, so the audience expects it to be bland. Oh yeah, that's exactly the thing with Christian media. When I used to do the blog, I got on a big kick of reviewing movies, partly because it was just a good, fun excuse to watch a bunch of movies, watch even movies I might not normally bother to watch, you know, watch some low-budget, goofball fucking movies. And I went on a kick of watching Christian movies, and I started with Fireproof. And I went on a kick where I was like, I'm going to find a good Christian movie. I didn't really. But again, I stopped because there's only so many times you can make the same fucking complaints about every fucking thing you're watching. But it was always way too preachy. And it's like, well, it's a Christian movie because it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Like, yeah, have a message, but there's a difference between having a message and being preachy. Hell, one of those movies I watched, Courageous, which was a spiritual sequel to Fireproof, only with cops instead of firemen. It literally ends with an altar call. Like, it couldn't be more on the fucking nose. Fireproof was probably the worst of those movies. Like, on a technical basis, I watched worse. Like, some of them David A.R. White movies were not good from a production standpoint. But Fireproof is the one that legitimately pissed me off. Like, that movie is bad, and everyone who likes it should feel bad. Everyone involved in it should feel bad. Wolfland says, you missed Chris admitting anime is great and you should watch more of it. No, you missed no such thing. Wolfland says, the Christian lifestyle, or whatever you call it, is about artificial wholesomeness and being separated from the mainstream. But, like, how are you going to witness people if you can't connect? That's a good point. Thomas Crown says, I'm a bit embarrassed to admit that I took a date to see Fireproof. That's actually a great date idea, because any woman that likes Fireproof, you should immediately stop seeing. So, I'll give a quick rundown. If you haven't watched Fireproof, first of all, don't. Okay, you're correct to have not watched it. But Kirk Cameron fantastic Oscar gobbling actor that he is, um, he plays a fireman who's married to a chick who grew. We established in the movie whose daddy was a fireman. She knew what she was getting into marrying firemen. She had a fireman fetish. She married this fireman, and then she's mad that the fireman has a very demanding schedule that does not accommodate every whim of her bullshit. Um, okay, and then she's just a total bitch. She's an absolute bitch. This guy, and his biggest sin is that he sometimes looks at porn and he wants to buy a boat. These are his biggest sins, by the way. These are his biggest sins. He also probably would stop looking at porn if she'd give him the old sloppy toppy once in a while, but that's neither here nor there. Their marriage is falling apart. They're going to get divorced, and along comes store brand fucking Dennis Prager looking motherfucker to be like, no, don't get divorced. That'll make God cry. Why don't you just completely kiss her fucking ass from now on, and then eventually she'll just stop being mean to you, because that's how human beings work, right? And so he does that, and eventually she comes around and decides to forgive him while offering no apology of her own for the absolute horrific, terrible person that she is. I've never rooted for divorce more than watching Fireproof. And look, I ain't one of these manosphere bros, certainly not any fucking more. And y'all may know, I like my women a little bossy. But there's a difference between that and just outright treating you like shit. I mean, honest to God, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've dated literal dominatrixes that would not treat a man as badly as the so-called submissive trad Christian wife does. Wolfland says people are messed up. That's why they need Jesus. Make a movie about that sometimes. Fireproof is pretty consistent with the church view of marriage. It's always the man's fault, especially when it isn't. So those guys that made Fireproof, I want to say Kendrick Brothers? Something brothers. They made a bunch of Christian movies. And the first one they made was a movie called Flywheel, about like a shitty, slimy used car salesman that comes to Christ and stops being a dirtbag. That one's all right. It's got the production values of like a local TV commercial. Like it looks terrible. It's absolute shot on shitio. They made it with like a budget of like $9 and half a soda or something like that. But it actually is a story. The acting is somewhat decent across the board. The writing, while insanely basic, flows and has a point and doesn't feel too heavy-handed. Certainly not compared to their other movies. I never watched it. They did that one, then Fireproof, then the cop movie, and then there was a football movie they did, and I didn't watch that because I don't give a rosy shit about football. So I even said on my blog back in the day, I'm like, I'm not, again, knowing what appeals to you, I'm not gonna like even a good football movie. So I can't be fair to this. Like, I don't care about football. I barely understand the rules. That's how much of a fuck I give about football. As much as American football is shoved down your throat in this country, just everywhere you fucking go, I still don't entirely know the fucking rules. Because that's how disinterested in it I am. Occasionally, I'm lucky enough to manage to avoid knowing who even won the Super Bowl. At least for a week or two after it happened. That's rare, but occasionally I let that happen. Oh, man. Thomas Crown says, Beckloff probably doesn't realize the Steelers are in a playoff game right now. I don't. I mean, right now, don't they play football on Sunday? This is Saturday, isn't it? Am I losing track of days? I thought the college guys did it on Saturday. Illustrator says the only football I watched was the XFL, and that was purely for laughs. I watched a little bit of XFL at a friend's house, and I think I could have gotten into that if it stuck around. Because unlike the NFL, the XFL didn't take a timeout every 3 seconds. So I feel like I could have stood to watch that. That's the other reason I can't get into football. I just a timeout every 3 fucking seconds. Can't I? Nah, I just can't. I don't have the attention span for that. At least hockey and basketball are fast paced. I can watch them. But no, I can't get into the NFL. Sorry to tell you. And I know all the NFL fans like, oh, it's so masculine. They're like the gladiators of old. And I'm like, I don't think the gladiators took a timeout every 3 seconds. I mean, not to harp on that, but I don't think anybody had a sword in their face and they called a timeout. I don't think that ever fucking happened. Not an expert on the Roman gladiators, but I feel like that's probably just not how they did it. Thomas Kern says, yes, right now. I think they spread them out to where they aren't all on Sunday. Well, I knew they did Monday and Thursday, but I didn't think they did Saturday. She says, I remember watching a Christian football movie called Woodlawn with Sean Austin. That sounds terrible. It sounds just terrible. Some of the other Christian movies I watched were like, again, that David A.R. White guy that's in Christian movies all the fucking time. There were like attempts at comedy with him where there were no jokes because jokes are too edgy. And then there were like, he did one where it was like some action thing where he's some ex-special forces that just wants left alone now. But like, he's not intimidating at all because he's just the quintessential guy you see at an evangelical church. You know what I mean? That's like he's just your quintessential youth pastor looking motherfucker. And it was not good. It was not good. What was that? Revelation Road, I think. And there were a bunch of those. I only saw the first one. I saw the Kirk Cameron Left Behind. I didn't see the Nicolas Cage one. Maybe the Nicolas Cage one is good because Nicolas Cage, in his own unique way, is a pretty cool fucking actor. I mean, I feel like Nicolas Cage just chewing the fucking scenery alone could get me through that movie. What else did I watch? I watched one and I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a Christian version of the Time Machine, I guess. Like, I don't know. I can't remember what that one was called. It was bad too. It was really bad too. They were all just so fucking bad. So this is, what about the Kevin Sorbo left? I didn't know there was Kevin Sorbo left behind. I know he does like terrible Christian stuff now. But I didn't know there was I actually like fucking refunded my tickets to a Comic-Con once because they had Kevin Sorbo there signing stuff, or they were going to, and then they canceled him because like some queers fucking whined about it or something. And look, I'm not even a huge Kevin Sorbo guy, but it's like, fuck off, man. Fuck off with that shit. No, we're doing it because we don't want to be bigoted. So you'll be bigoted towards a whole fucking religion? Get fucked with that, man. Did I check out Sorbo's Let There Be Light on Tubi? I did not yet. I know he did like God's Not Dead. Like, I think they made like 5 of those. Like, God's Not Dead has become like a horror movie franchise or the fucking Avengers or something, to where we'll make like 40 sequels. I assume eventually they'll be in space, but it'll be really boring because those type of Christians refuse to believe aliens might exist. So just nothing but they'll just be flying the rocket to an endless dead void. Chat says, if I remember correctly, Nicolas Cage blew through a lot of his money and started taking all kinds of movie roles over the last 15 years. I could see that, man. He was buying up all sorts of goofy shit. Buying up all sorts of Elvis memorabilia and, like, you know, rare ass Superman comics and sports cars and shit. Like, Chat says Nicolas Cage used to be a big star. Nicolas Cage would have made a terrible Superman. That's true. I will contend, though, that he was a damn good Ghost Rider. I don't think there's anything all that wrong with those movies. Like, they're just fine. The biggest problem I have with them is that they're like, there's a complete lack of continuity between the first and second that really wasn't even necessary. Like, there's a recap of the first movie in the second one that gets the first movie wrong. And if you would have just cut that out, then the two movies would have fit perfectly together. That's honestly my biggest criticism of those two fucking movies. Somebody says, Let There Be Light is fun because it's about Sorbo's real life marriage. Christian space movie might be fun if it's got space demons. Where we're going, we don't need eyes. Again, you can have Christian themes in stuff without just overtly doing the evangelical, narrow ass fucking worldview shit. C.S. Lewis used to write about aliens and fucking wizards and shit like that as a Christian. But you talk to evangelicals and it's like, no, we can't do it. I was just listening to Jack Hibbs because I listen to a lot of sermons because being a night owl, I don't get to church that often. And so I listen to a lot of sermons. I was just listening to Jack Hibbs and he literally brought up the Dungeons and Dragons is demonic talking point again. And it's like, Jack, you're like he's like 10 years older than me. There's no fucking reason you should still be. It's nerds using masks to pretend to be knights and fucking paladins and wizards. Like, this isn't the evangelical crusade against fucking imagination. She says, thoughts on Sanderson tossing out Mormonism for wokeism? I don't really know what that's about. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I mean, Mormonism isn't much better than wokeism. So, I don't know. I haven't really been following any of what you're talking about there. Chat says, we should do a watch along for charity. You get to watch Pure Flix for money to cure the cancer you'll get from watching it. I was going to say, if I'm going to sit here and watch Pure Flix, the only charity that money's going to is the Chris Beckloff Be Living Extra Large Foundation. Okay? We ain't. I'm not doing that. Nah. Chet says, D&D gives back what you put into it. If there was even a rule book to play End of Days, it would actually be pretty good. When I played D&D, we actually added, I called him something else. I think I called, like, the version of Christianity, like, Emmanuelism kind of thing. But we added, like, a version of the Christian church and even a version of the Muslim church, just so we had more interesting, religious political strife in that world. Brandon Sanderson betrayed his Mormon religion for the LBTWTF creed. Okay, cool. I mean, he traded one false religion for another. Yeah, lateral move, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Get right with Jesus. No, and not your weird Mormon space Jesus. All right, Chad says maybe you should be a Mormon Beckloff. Mormon God make you make your own world full of hot Bessie redheads. Well, look, I'm just saying a man taking multiple wives is it's not really forbidden in the Bible. It's just strongly discouraged. But not outright forbidden. Mormonism is pretty fucking wacky when you actually like look into its beliefs. It's funny. It's very similar to Scientology. Scientology is basically Mormonism, but like the details changed a little bit, like the surface details. It's basically like you took a fantasy story and you reimagined it as a sci-fi story, but the core beats are the same. That's Mormonism and Scientology. Chad says, I hear the Mormon church has a major shakeup and falling out, but they keep that all to themselves, so it's hard to know for sure. I couldn't tell you, man. They're goofy ass motherfuckers. That's all I can tell you. I don't particularly think I'd want to live in a culture run by the Mormons. I don't particularly live in a culture run by the evangelicals half the fucking time, to be honest with you. I mean, that's not really. It's basically just wokeism, but, you know, minus the gay stuff, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what the hell they got going on. I don't pay attention to them. I don't even know any Mormons at this point. I know a bunch of Catholics, unfortunately. I know. I kid. I love you guys. You should stop worshiping Mary and get right with Christ. But I do love you guys. So, let's check in on our good friends over in England, shall we? See how things are going over there. So, England is they're calling for more refugees. They're encouraging more refugees because that's what they need. And let's see if we can. They put out a video to help entice more refugees to come over. Let's see if we can watch it. Chat says no Catholics should stop worshiping Israel. That's the evangelicals. Let's be real.
Shemai. Hello and welcome to Wales. We understand being a refugee isn't easy. They go through so much.
Fleeing your country is difficult, but Wales wants to help you feel welcome.
The Welsh Refugee Council is here to help you. You can contact them here.
It's like putting mice out to attract cats.
Wales is seen as a nation of sanctuary. We welcome anyone and everyone. We recognise your skills and talent.
The Welsh Refugee Council offers a lot to support, including
ESOL.
So I don't. Welsh is part of England, I believe. I guess I don't fucking understand that shit. None of their flags are on the moon, but I do know. So I don't pay attention. If your flag's on the moon, your country isn't worth me learning about. But I do know that given the recent headlines, maybe pulling up the 12-year-old girls to welcome the refugees is kind of fucked up. I don't know, chat. Wales is part of the UK. Okay, good. I thought it was. I don't understand how that works. They say they're different countries, but they're not. I don't really get it.
support, including
ESOL classes, which means English for speakers for other languages.
I know it's cut off.
It may
That's
be
how
hard
the
to learn
video
our
is.
language, so we offer support. You may feel stressed, but we can help. For bank accounts and they offer warm home. Children play for socialise.
education and healthcare.
There are many job opportunities here in Wales. IKEA works closely with the Welsh Refugee Council, providing jobs for refugees that come from all over the world.
On the screen now is
This is unreal. Like this is Cat is rolling out the barely legal welcome mat. This isn't the barely legal welcome mat. This is the barely pubescent welcome. Not even. Oh, but don't worry. I'm sure it's still going to attract them. at this point, I honestly think that just wiping England from the face of the earth, wiping the UK from the face of the earth, would be an act of mercy. Like they're coming over, they're forming rape gangs. They're just scooping 12-year-old girls off the fucking street. And I'm allowed to say this, by the way, because I'm an American. And I don't have to worry about the Bobby knocking on my door to check to see if I have a license for that opinion. Because I got my license hanging right here, you fucking pig. But Chad says, thanks, Hermione. Now chop off your clit and wear a burqa. This, what the fuck are you even supposed to say to that shit? I mean, I guess I gotta watch what I say because I get it's Fed posting, but like, the French had this cool little invention. Look, I know you Englishmen, you have this long-standing beef with the French, and I get it. The French kind of suck. But they did have this cool little invention I really think you need to look into. It's called the guillotine, right? And I'm not saying exactly what you should do with the guillotine. But I'm just saying you should look into it, right? Um, if I might have one suggestion, one way I always thought the guillotine could be improved is instead of facing down, I always thought the person in it should be facing up so to see it coming. But that's just me. That's just, a little flourish, a little bit of extra style on it. Chad says, what's your take on Andrew Tate running for Prime Minister of UK? Oh, that's cool. Nothing will combat the Muslim human traffickers like electing a Muslim human trafficker. Awesome Tate. That's what he says. He sometimes calls women whores on Twitter, so he's based. Awesome. Honest to God, we should nuke UK if Andrew Tate becomes Prime Minister. That is my take. The United States of America, not nukes actually, because I don't want the radioactive fallout. That could, just the conservationist in me doesn't like that idea, you know. But we should just, I don't know, firebomb them. I don't know. Just, I mean, it's the UK. None of them even have guns. We could probably just send over like a dozen Marines and kill them all. But yeah, we should just the UK if they honest to God elect Andrew, if their response to their Muslim human trafficking problem is to elect a Muslim human trafficker because he made fun of feminists on Twitter, they got to go. You had a good run, but it's time. It's time to go. That would be my thought. Chad says you've no doubt heard some UK officials were criticizing Elon Musk for stopping inquiries. Yeah, and a lot of the UK police are like, you better not be criticizing the Muslim rape gangs, America, or we'll extradite you Americans. Please. To any English police officers who are mad at my comments, and I will get you a plane ticket to come get me. I will max out my credit cards if need be. I will figure it out. We'll crowdfund it. We'll get it done. We'll get you a plane ticket. You can come here. And you can come get me. I welcome it. Tap on my fucking door with your gay nightstick and your stupid soup fucking bucket helmet and check to see if I have a license for that fucking opinion. I would love that. Elon was criticizing the suspension of inquiries. I got what you were talking about, yeah. They're just sacrificing their daughters. I don't understand. Chat says Abu Tate is the incoherent remix of the entire manosphere in one person years after it's already imploded. I don't know. It just Roosh V walked so Tate could run, I guess. I don't know. Ugh. But yeah, in the words of Ripley, I say we take off and we nuke the entire site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. UK cops, boy, mate, there's hate speech. Laughs and killdozer. Yeah, I don't even respect my police. You think I respect your gay redcoat motherfucking police? I I haven't cared what the English government thought since 1776. I I can't even say shit about it anymore. Like everything I want to see happen in Minecraft can be fucking thrown off YouTube. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I used to push it to an hour, but I don't know. I don't really have enough to go for an hour most times. So, if you enjoy the content I put out, do consider supporting the show. Streamlabs.com/thebacklot. PayPal.me/thebacklot. Send a donation when I'm not live. I'll see it when I am live. And I'll put a link to the Amazon wishlist down below as well. And that's about it for tonight, folks. I want to